Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be covering the Orvius in combination with Ivara. Now, the Orvius is a unique throwing weapon. You could get this weapon as far as with the blueprint from completing the War Within, which is Teshin's throwing weapon. As you all saw when you did the quest, you throw this out. It takes control of whoever it tends to control, have them up in suspense in the air, dealing damage. Now, as far as with the weapon and its mechanics, as far as with its base, status, all that stuff, the status is low, I'll admit. The crit chance is only 10. But you have to look deeper into the weapon as to how the mechanic works and how to go off with its crit and its headshot multiplier as to what it deals once you have the enemy suspended in the air. Now, I got Astral Twilight, I got Fever Strike, Blood Rush, Prime Pressure Point, Spoil Strike on for the low attack speed because you want it to be as low as possible so you can get the throw off, because when you start throwing it fast and then you start to blast yourself by accident, you can kill yourself with this, so you gotta be careful. I got Organ Shatter here for the crit damage because on its headshot it deals crit damage as far as with the crit multiplier, so you need to have this on. I got Buzzkill on it for its base to get the slash up there. Now, the slash ain't gonna do nothing to it. It's the element that is gonna be doing the damage over time. When the enemy's suspended in the air, it will deal the damage that it needs to deal. Now, as far as with the weapon in its entirety in combination with Ivara, the reason why Ivara is the best candidate for this weapon is because when she goes in prowl, she will have a stealth multiplier bonus. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about as far as with her. I got two builds for Ivara anyway. I got a balanced one and I got one that's pure power strength, because as we all know, for a headshot multiplier, when she goes in prowl, she has a headshot multiplier bonus. So I'm going to just have these guys out here, Corrupted Heavy Gunner and the Corrupted Bombard as an example. Now, in order to achieve this, you need to be just go in prowl. Don't let them be alerted to your presence, and you will get the benefits of it. Now, as you see, these guys are not aware of my presence, so let's get this dude up here. Now, as you can see right there, he's already dead, dealing 42k on the crit while he's suspended. Now, as you do right here with him, 74k on that crit. Now, as like I said, when it does crit, when it crits, it will kill them, and the blast will practically finish them off. But when you have them suspended in the air, it will immediately do cold damage. So it doesn't matter what elements you put on it at the first. It could be corrosive, it could be viral, whatever. Once you have them suspended in the air, it will immediately do cold damage to them. And on the blast, it will do blast damage. Now, as far as I was saying, when it comes to Ivara being the best candidate for this weapon, you gotta look at Ivara's kit and what she can provide. Now, this is my build for her. This is the first build that I have, as far as with power strength being at 145. But as far as you going in prowl, you see she gets a headshot multiplier. When the Orvius has the enemies in suspense in the air, when you do the blast on them, it will deal headshot damage to them. And with her, she has a headshot multiplier. Now, I have it at 158. So she's going to benefit from this weapon so much. So it really doesn't matter what enemy you're going to go up against, they will be taken out. Now, you could do this same thing with a number of enemies. Just have them suspended in the air, and it will do the damage that it needs to do on them. Now, let me see. I'm going to try and get... Let's just throw this guy out here, because again, there could be somewhat of a pain. It will work on them as well, as long as they're not aware of your presence. This is where the stealth multiplier kicks in on this weapon as well. As you can see, this Moe just standing there. Now, as you see, it will do the damage to them, and as you see, the blast will take care of the rest. They will be suspended in the air for a good 5 seconds. So it will do the damage to them over time. As you see, he didn't even get a chance to be suspended because the crit was so massive, it just flat out took him out. So it will do the job once it crits. Once it crits, it will do the job. It's not gonna play around with the enemy, so on and so forth. It will take care of them. So let's just throw out these number of bombards out here. And it's like I said before, being away from them, be away from their line of sight, make them not aware of your presence is important, because you want the stealth mechanic to kick in on them. So as you can see, while he was in the air, he already lost half its health. This is crazy. Once it crits, the blast will finish them off. These are level 145, bombards. With all the armor, all that stuff that's on them, it really doesn't matter. Once it crits, half of their health is gone. The other half, it will do the blast, kill them. Now, in order to trigger the blast effect, all you gotta do is tap the R2 button again for the channel, because you gotta channel in order for them to be suspended in the air. You gotta do that, because if you don't do that, you just throw the weapon out. It's not gonna suspend them in the air. So you gotta do that. And once they're up in the air, man, it's just open season. You just go and take them out. You could do the same thing to Corpus Tex as well. These dudes I hate. I hate them with a passion. So if you see these guys, when you're prowl, it's like, it really doesn't matter, man. All you gotta do is just get them up in the air. And once you got them in the air, it's technically open season. And at the same time, this is just my first build. I don't even have the one where I have a whole bunch of power strength. So you just throw that in there, the gas, boom, kills him. He's unaware of my presence. Get that out there, boom, takes him out. The crit takes away the shield, and the other crit takes away his health. So it just does the job really nice. Ivara makes it look so easy. It's downright crazy. Now let's just go to my second build, where I have a whole bunch of power strength, and this will push the headshot multiplier to 2.2. That's the max you could get as far as with Ivara headshot multiplier. Just get it at straight 2.2, right? Now let's just go up against those same bastards again, those same Corpus Tech guys, the dudes that I hate. Because even if they look at you funny, they will shoot you down. So let's just get a whole bunch of power strength on this channel, throw it out there. Dude, 63. I think that was 63k on the Richter scale, and I just missed them, and boom, it still killed him. It ricocheted off of him, and the slash procs is kicking in on him. I missed him the first shot. As you can see right there, kills him off there. I'm surprised that it bounced off there and it still hit him, and it still took away a good chunk of his health, more than half. So again, you don't actually need to throw it on them per se. It will just ricochet, hit them still, which is really funny. But it's like, man, this thing, it really does what it does, and when it crits, it does the job consistently. Every single time. As long as it crits, it's a done deal. It don't matter what faction you go up against. I'm going up against these anti-Moas right now. Just do the same thing here with all the power strength right there. Let me just get these guys. Have this dude suspended. Boom, took him out. Because again, the gas proc will take him out real easy. Throw this out. Boom, takes him out. Shield gone, health gone. As we all know, they like to rely on shields instead of health. Dumbasses. And then boom, see? He was up there in stasis, but then the blast ends up finishing him off. So, the Orvius, when I first had this weapon, I just built it up, but like what some people do, they threw it away because, again, they thought of the Orvius as like a weak weapon per se, and it was like, it doesn't do the amount of damage. Crit is low, status is low, so you gotta go raw damage. You gotta dig deeper into the mechanics as to why You saw Teshin throw the weapon, you have guys suspended in the air, and it does so much damage. You have to wonder the reason why. And when you have the build, like I said, I got Blood Rush on it just for the critical chance to go up there, and it will stack with the combo multiplier. It benefits it. Spore Strike is there for the damage, but it will lower the attack speed. Because again, when you swing this, you want it to swing real slow, because once you throw it out there, it does it so fast that if an enemy comes rushing at you, it will explode. Even if you don't press the channel button again, you will kill yourself. So you don't want that happening to you. You want to be at a good distance, and once you're at a good distance, throw it out there. It will do the job, and it will just take out the enemies as see fit. Now let's just throw out a couple of bursts out here. It should do the job against them as well, as long as they are not aware of my presence. And like I said, as long as it crits, it will do the job. So as you see these bursts right here, they're unaware of my presence, but at the same time, let me go behind them. Because again, line of sight is another thing that I take into account with this stuff. So as you can see, boom, boom, he's already dead. And he's suffering from the gas proc. I'll just throw this out there. It's like I said, as long as it crits, as you see, this one is not critting because again, it was taking damage from when the gas proc kicks in, so he's somewhat of aware. Let me throw this out there yet again. As like I said, as long as it crits, it'll do the job. But at the same time, again, he was taking damage because of the gas. So now he's alert. He's trying to run around to see, and well, there he goes. He fell off, but he's still taking damage from the gas, as you saw my reticule keep flickering. But as a result overall, as far as with the Orvius, don't let them be aware of your presence, and let the headshot multiplier do its job, because once it goes in, they're not gonna last. They're not gonna last no more than what, 3-4 seconds. The only way that they'll last that long is because if it doesn't crit. But when it does crit, as you saw with the first bursa, just drop. It's like no chance. So throw this out there, boom, he's already dead. Throw that out, he's already dead. Completely unaware of my presence. And this last bombard, boom, same result. 83k, he ain't aware of my presence, gone, down for the count. So I'm just showing you guys how awesome this weapon is, because I was using it last night. Not with Ivara, but I was using Loki, and at the same time it will work on him. The only disadvantage that using Loki with the Orvius is that you're not going to get the full benefits of the headshot multiplier. Ivara is the best candidate for it because she gives it a headshot multiplier bonus as far as with her ability being in prowl. And since with the Orvius, when you have the enemy suspended in the air, all that damage is doing to their head, and when Ivara being prowled, headshot multiplier kicks in. So again, she benefits from this every single time. As long as it crits, it will do the job. The reason why that the Nalbursa didn't crit right away is because he was suffering from the gas proc damage. So he was somewhat alerted. He was trying to run around, find where I am, and as a result, he just walked off the edge. So that's technically how that is. But if you're prowled, they're unaware of your presence, this result will keep happening over and over. But see right there, see how I crit on him? As long as it crits, it will do the job. Same thing with him, down for the count. And see, he's looking around because he saw what just happened. So he's just going to be walking around and stuff. Because again, he's looking to find out where am I. Throw that out there, boom, he's dead. See? Nothing. So the Orvius is what it is. And Ivara pushes this weapon to crazy amount of heights, whatever you want to call it, because the Orvius may look like a garbage throwing weapon compared to the glaive and so on, but the mechanic of it, the headshot multiplier that it does, and if you couple that with Ivara's prowl, giving it a headshot multiplier bonus. As y'all saw, the results is downright crazy. Level 145 dudes gone in just 2 seconds. So the Orvius, keep it. I'm just saying right now, keep it, because once you build for it and use Ivara with it, you will take them down. And when it crits, they will be gone, as you just saw. So the Orvius is awesome. Crit, headshot multiplier, use Ivara with it.